on the solo skiff project. This is a fiberglass solo skiff that I found. They are now made out of plastic, believe it or not. You can still get your hands on these boats. If you look hard enough, you can find the fiberglass ones. But honestly, the plastic ones are great. And the reason why is because they are very thick and you don't have to worry about them. You can drag them across the rocks and it's kind of a no worries situation. But if you have a fiberglass one, you don't really want to drag one as well, but I do love dressing this one up. So right now I am cutting out some hydro turf. This is the laser etched hydro turf and I'm laying it on here for the first time. It has like a teak look. It is the most realistic wood grain looking hydro turf I've ever seen. It is just downright beautiful. This turf is foam. It is not wood, but it looks like wood. It has like grain texture and everything. It sticks down really, really well. It comes in sheets like this. And basically I just laid it down and I used a razor blade like this. And I ended up, you know, cutting the edges. Basically, I just used this edge as a guide and I just kind of ran that long blade along there. And yeah, it looks excellent. It looks so good. So let's see. Oh, we got some people in here. Hey, salute. So anyway, I am getting ready to cut another sheet here for this side. I'm not sure if I'll keep it this way, but it kind of happened on accident. I was just gonna cover this top deck here, and all of a sudden, as I was cutting this off, the excess, it folded down and stuck this way, and it kind of looks good wrapped like that around the edge. So I'm gonna try to do the same thing with the next piece over here and see what that looks like. Honestly, in hindsight, I kind of almost wish I had done the whole perimeter like that, but oh well, it might have been too much then too. I have no idea, but it is looking really good. I'm super happy with it. Up in the front, I'm super excited to get this going. I paid a guy like 180 bucks to make this aluminum mount here, and the aluminum mount has 4 bolt holes and it allows me to attach this Newport trolling motor mount. I took a Minn Kota Riptide tiller motor, like you see here. This is a Minn Kota Riptide tiller motor. I took the head off and I put on the Autoboat adapter system, which converts this motor now into a GPS route following, anchor mode, anchor jog, everything. This motor does everything now. And before it was just a manual tiller. So for example, we'll turn it on. We can, there we got the prop turning, throttles. It has 10 speeds. So, you know, it went from being a 5-speed motor, now it's a 10-speed. It has GPS anchor, anchor jog. So if I hit anchor and I hit any of these, it'll jog to that direction. I got nav point heading, I have nav point jog. So if I'm on nav point heading, it's like a laser, it will go straight. And then if there's like an obstruction in front of me, I can tap right or tap left and it will adjust my heading. So I put this little plug on here and I just put it on the end. I found it on Amazon. It's made by Jinnicon, pretty nice plug. So yeah, when you end up plugging in, it makes a little tone. You do have a emergency off switch here. So like if you're on a kayak and you had one of these motors, it's kind of nice. If something happened, you could quick just tap this and it turns the whole system off. Let's see, I drilled out the stainless hatch here. That was a challenge. You do not want to drill stainless material fast. You want to make sure it stays cool, because if it gets too hot, it actually hardens and it makes it harder to drill. So I used a cobalt drilling bit, like a step bit. It's like a cone shaped bit, and I ended up basically we ended up drilling it with a cobalt step bit. Can you have it? Can I have your boat? You know, if I get to the point on YouTube where I can start giving away boats, I 100% will. Like, that would be awesome. I want to get to that point. Like, your guys' support has definitely moved me along. I'm not quite there. Maybe if I get rid of this house, I'm gonna probably sell this house here soon. We're gonna move off the water and maybe get bigger space. Then I can, because this house, there's too much expenses associated with it. It was nice because I could film, you know, the boats in my backyard for you guys, but yeah, I need to get rid of the house, which we are going to do actually probably within the year. We already got a realtor. Then I can start probably giving away boats. So yeah, that's kind of what it looks like so far. And it is the solo skiff. Like, this was something that they made before the plastic versions. All of this turf I've been laying on with a straight blade like this. And the way I do it is I use the edges as a guide. So you see how this blade is long? I just put some pressure there and I can cut the excess off, and it's like a perfect straight edge. It like maps out the whole thing. So, and if I want to expose the underlayer, I can cut at an angle. So like, see how this is at an angle? When I run the blade like this, it cuts at an angle, so you get that black line there, which is kind of cool. I didn't do that up here, and I'm kind of wondering, I might end up coming back across this and cutting it at an angle, and then I'll get that nice black outline, which will definitely, I think, make it look even better. So like, I would start up here, I would put pressure on the blade right here, and I'd be cutting in right about there. You can kind of see, and it will be cutting at an angle. You know what? Why don't I just do it? I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do it here. So I'm gonna quick use this nifty little thing, which, hey, if you guys like to film your fishing just for fun or do anything, these mounts are killer. You look goofy as heck with them, but I absolutely love these mounts. And it's magnetic, so like, I can just literally magnetically attach my my phone to it, and it's pretty dang strong. So, but this is how you guys can see what I'm doing, see what my hands are doing. So okay, we're gonna go like this. I gotta flip the screen, otherwise you're gonna see my nose like this. Okay, there you go. So now you can see my hands. Woo! Okay, so we're gonna take this blade here, and we're gonna try that. So, I mean, hopefully it works. Hopefully I don't goober this up. But basically, I take my thumb and I'm putting pressure here, and I'm gonna run it a little bit at an angle. Oh yeah. Yep, this is working. Let's see, do I want to go a little bit more pressure? Yeah, there you go. So I'm gonna have to touch up this one here. I'm gonna try to get a little more new blade too, because sometimes the blade gets gummed up. So now you get a little bit more of a black outline along that edge. You can see there. Now I can touch it up a little bit because there's some little areas where the blade got a little shallow. But basically, running it along there. There you go. Now you get more of a clean black line. Basically, you want a black outline there, and it kind of frames in visually. Oh, the floater from Temu? Yeah, that's pretty sweet. My plan is to take that floater or that dock from Temu, and I'm gonna end up putting it on here, and I'm gonna take it out into the mangroves, and it's gonna be like my cabin with my boat. So I'm gonna, I'm gonna basically have the cabin with like a tent on there. I can even put the power station on there and like the cooler. And I mean, I'll have everything. So even if I'm in a really remote area, I got internet. That's like a crazy internet that reaches like further than cell phones. Okay, so now we're gonna come over to this side, see if we can, cut this at an angle as well. So this, like right here, has a little bit of an angle already. So we're gonna have to go this way. I don't know, is this like ASMR type stuff? I don't know. It looks so satisfying. Got a little bit challenging there because I was hitting that stupid thing. But let's see. Got like a little bit of a sweat. There you go. I have to come back through and clean up some of these little edges where the adhesive is kind of gummy, but I can get that later. But it definitely looks better that way, I think, having the black outlines, and it kind of, I just have to touch up these little notches here where it wanted to naturally kick. But aside from that, I'm pretty stoked. And this has like a natural slight roughness to it that looks almost like natural wood. So a little bit of roughness here just kind of looks like natural wood, like teak. There you go. It's looking a lot better. Touch up this one here. Perfect. Okay. The biggest one that's intimidating me right now is to do that, because I did that on accident. So that piece right there flipped, and like I was cutting it off, like so that it would be more like this, and it would be, gel coat here. But it flipped and folded down, and it kind of looks cool. So it's like I'm I'm trying to look how to do this on accident again. Yes, it is a solo skiff. and it's fiberglass. There's like, I don't think there's any wood in this, in the construction of this. I haven't seen any wood. But like in here is where my battery is. So I got a 100 amp hour mini battery in a milk crate. And I ran extension cables all the way up to the front. And then they're basically popping out of this mount right here, which is my my plug mount. So when the motor's off, I can go like this, and it's nice and clean. So, yep. And then when I want to run the motor again, just line it up, and it clicks. There's like a positive click, and then you can hear the motor turn on. I love this system. This system is gonna end up selling like crazy. Like, it is the smoothest system I've ever had for like these size boats for sure. Like, because if I had to put a bulky bow mount on this, like it would just be too much. Like, I did not want that. I like the sleek sexiness. I like how like lightweight it is, and I don't want that. Plus, this has route follow modes that are so much easier to use. Like, the app on here, I absolutely love. Like, some people do not want to have to use an app, and you don't have to use an app. You can use this. But if you want to use route follow modes and stuff on any motor, you got to use like an app. The app interface for Autoboat, I love it. Like, so much better, I feel like. And the fact that I can do anchor jog without having to mount an additional sensor on this boat is so nice. Like, if I want to do anchor right now, anchor jog, I would do this. I hit right here, that's anchor, and then I would tap one of these and it would adjust my anchor point. So like if you were looking down on this boat and I tap this, it might adjust this like 6 to 9 feet. I don't know. Like, it's just, it kicks it to whatever direction I want. So pretty sweet. I wasn't sure that they were going to be able to do anchor jog without having the heading sensor or like a additional sensor, but it works great. So that's like an added bonus. But yeah, that's the original head right there. That's a Minn Kota Riptide 45. So it's a tiller head. That's what originally came on this motor. But basically popped this off, removed all the wires. I exposed the wires out of the shaft, and I connected the red and the black wires to the Autoboat. That's it. Like, it was super simple. And then this is the motorized collar, and that just slides over the shaft and it connects to your factory mount. So it's not like you have to do any screwing, drilling, anything. It's just this little thumb screw that is your steering lock for your factory mount. That's what secures the steering collar here. And you can see the depth collar. This is the depth collar. It's geared, and those gears interface with that. So you can actually see I still have it in anchor mode. That's why it was trying to turn, because it detected movement. So yeah, that's how that kind of works. But pretty freaking cool. This coil cord is like legit. So that kit is right now $6.99 at Tiny Boat Nation, and it comes with the remote, and the app is free. And if you use the promo code KayakDIY, or you don't even have to use my promo code. I don't care. I don't need to make money off you. You can use AliEx Folguera promo code. You can use code Florida. You can use KayakDIY promo code, which is mine, and that supports our channel. But I don't care. I just want my viewers to get the best price. But you do save 5% off of $6.99. So yeah, it's worth every penny, because like if I bought a motor guide, and let's say the damn motor ended up burning out or had some issues, now what? Now I have to buy their proprietary motor to repair my bow mount motor guide. When down the line, let's say a few years later, this motor somehow burns out, no problem. I can jump on Facebook Marketplace and probably find 50 of these things for like 50, 60 bucks. And I just go and I swap it out. They're not soldered connections in here. Inside here is a lever lock style connection. It's a German connector. And all you do is you just take the wires from the shaft and you slide them in and you lock down the levers and you're good to go. So like you can swap out a shaft, swap out pound thrust, whatever you need. If you need different shaft length, you can do that. Like, to me, this is like a better investment than buying a motor guide or one of those others that use proprietary components, because the other aspect is they might not even support that motor in the future. But you know what? Minn Kota has had the C2 Endura and some of those motors for almost as long as I've been alive, and they'd be compatible with Autoboat. So, you know, you have basically parts for life almost, because there's so many motors that are like this. And so, yeah, it's cost effective. That's one of the big things, and it's lighter weight. It's so much easier to lift this off this transom than it would be to try to lift a somewhat awkward bow mount. So, yeah, those are just some of the reasons why I like it a lot better. I'm trying to look here, see if there's any other comments. So, I'm trying to eyeball here how I had this cut. I think I'm gonna have to, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4.5, it looks like, roughly, worth of sheet that I need to make sure I'm cutting. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so as long as I cut there, I'll have enough, it looks like, to be able to do hopefully the same thing over there on the other side. The thing is, just be a doer. Just do things, get stuff done. If you make mistakes, who gives a crap? Just do it. Like, there was a guy on YouTube, I don't see him on as much, but his name's Rex Del Rey. He's a kayak angler, and he literally had like a jingle that he made, like a music song or so. And he's like, get out and go do something, go do something. And like, it stuck in my head. Like, when I was just starting this channel and I was, you know, having dreams of doing YouTube, I watched him all the time. I also watched 30 Miles Out. I watched Marty Zoffinger. Like, those are the people I watched. And like, I ended up really liking Rex Del Rey's content. And he actually made a cool product later on in life. Like, he ended up making what's called the Action Hat, which was a floating hat that you could attach a GoPro to. Like, and he even made inserts where you could convert your hat into an action hat. I hope he made a ton of money off that, because that was super smart, and he's a pretty cool guy. Okay, so I didn't do it perfect, but like I said, who cares? Because some of this is getting trimmed anyway. So some of these edges are getting trimmed anyway. The biggest thing is I just got to make sure I follow how I lined up this. So I got to use a point of reference, like one of these screws is lined up with here and with there. I got to like look at the black line and related to that, and I got to try to duplicate that on the other side. That's the biggest thing. But I'm gonna have to like cut around that, which is gonna suck, and I'm gonna have to cut around that. I mean, it doesn't suck too bad. Basically, I get it, I peel the backing off, and I press it over this, and then I use the blade. I'll like feel the edge of this, and I'll cut it around, and I cut it tight so that way it really sucks around that mount. So let's see. So it looks like I'm just eyeballing this here, just trying to see what the best way to do this. Because like I said, I totally did that side on accident that way. And I just kind of was like, I kind of like it that way, so we'll just roll with it. I never actually did any of this with a plan. I just kind of was like, hey, I'm just going to throw some of this stuff on and see kind of what it looks like. Now, the only one I'm not that great or that happy with is these right here. These right here, I think it would have been cooler if I followed the lines more. I'm not sure exactly why I did that or how I ended up like that. I think I laid the whole sheet on there at first, and that's just kind of where it lined up, and I just kind of rounded it. So who knows? I may peel these up, and I might reuse some of that and make it follow the lines better. I don't know. We'll see. But the other side of this is I really just want to be able to get this out in the water so I can start using that and see if I can get on some fish. So, oh, the big reason why this boat is so cool, for one, I like the big grab bar in the back. It makes it easy to manage, but it's a self-bailing hull. So if water comes over the bow, it just runs right out the back. That's kind of why I didn't want to put a bunch of turf on the floor, because I didn't want to impede that. And I mean, the only thing is, when I peeled off the turf that was old on here, someone had, drilled into here and did some stuff. So like there's some goobery stuff there that they had done. So they were hiding that underneath the turf. So I don't like that, but I'll probably be putting a gas tank there anyway for an external tank. So okay, so got half there. So there's 2 lines. You know what? I don't think I can actually do that exactly, because that one is not mounted the same way as this one. This one is slightly crooked. Whoever mounted this mounted it slightly crooked. So, you know what? I'm just gonna have to make it somewhat close. But it's not gonna be able to be identical because, yeah, they didn't try to mount that in the exact same spot. So I can't use that as a point of reference. So let's see, maybe I can try to do it from the back side here. That might be the next best thing. So now I'm using kind of this area as a point of reference. Let's see. But then this thing's in the way. Oh, great. What a joy. See, the problem is I'm slight perfectionist, and I have to force myself not to be. Let's see. Okay, I think I figured out kind of what I need to do. Okay. So I'm gonna peel the backing off of here just shortly. need to cut that straighter. That is not straight. So now we're going into the very messy garage right now. Got a lot of stuff in here right now. Don't judge. Okay, I can probably use that to cut a straighter edge. Let's see if I cut it deep enough. Pretty close. Helps to have a really sharp knife. Much better, much cleaner edge. Now I can kind of square it up better because it was harder to square up here. That looks much better. Not sure what's going on over there. Okay, so now we're going to peel the back off of here. So I'm going to try to put some pressure so it doesn't shift around and move around a bunch. And it just moved around. So I'm just trying to line up kind of the orientation of the lines in relation to the one on the other side. Let me just walk over there so I can double check, look over there. It's gonna be pretty dang close. I guess if it doesn't line up, I'll probably just peel that off. Because if it ends up looking really dumb, I'll just end up peeling it off, and maybe I'll redo that area a different way so I can match it. Okay, so we peeled off the backing here on the back side. You can see it's just sticky. And right there is where that mount is, right there. There's one right here as well. So you can kind of see that there's a little bump there. But the biggest thing is you just want to stick down one side, and then you want to almost peel it from the other side and square it up. But I'm not going to be able to square it up perfect because of this. So my best bet is to almost peel in the middle and not peel this. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to leave that much over there so I can kind of do the same thing, which I just got to line up a little bit. I'm just kind of reseating it here, but I'm just trying to line up both sides. I don't know if you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm sure there's a better way of doing it. This is just the way I'm doing it. Let's see. Okay. So right about there, there's like a transition line. So I'm trying to feel, yeah, it feels like pretty close to there. Nope. Nope, that's definitely not right. That is not right. Okay, I just gotta wait. I gotta look here. This is kind of a mind tweezer here. Seeing how I line that up. So that will fall down like that. Oh, I see. This whole thing needs to be shifted over. Okay. I see now. It's a little forgiving for a while, and then it doesn't like to do that much more. I think I might have finally got it somewhat lined up. By golly, if that actually comes out even halfway close, I'll be amazed. I'm trying to get to this fitting that's underneath here. So I'm trying to cut very sparingly. I don't know that I like that. Yeah, it's not what I want. But that didn't necessarily work out exactly how I wanted. But actually, if I'm cutting at that angle anyway, that's probably going to go anyway. So I think we'll be okay, because this seems to be on the outer edge. We'll see how close it is. Tell you what, this stuff though really sticks. It is like super gummy. it's hard to want it, like it's hard to get this stuff to want to peel up, like to trim out these little pieces. So I'll have to finally tweak that part a little bit. That's the only part there I feel like I boogered up a little bit, but if I cut at an angle, which I did there anyway, that might go away. Injections for pain relief? Oh, you're doing injections for pain relief? Oh man, ouch. So let's see, I cut that one at an angle. So the way I cut it at an angle is I expose a lot of the blade, I lock the blade, and then put pressure flat to hold the blade kind of without cutting my finger, hopefully. And okay, I gotta move this phone a second. It's like swinging into my face. It's making it hard to see what I need to do. I'm gonna put you right come on. There. I'm gonna put you there for a second. Turned out okay. Hey, what's up? We got a fish, dude. We do have to fish, dude. So, finishing up here, I accidentally did this right here, that edge there. I wasn't meaning to fold the teak over onto the inside gunnel. It just kind of fell that way and it kind of looked cool, so I'm trying to duplicate it on this side. If I can't duplicate it, then I'm taking that piece off. So, I don't know, we'll see. it's hard because like they put in these like rod holders and things, and they didn't put them in necessarily exactly the same as the other one. So I can't use them as points of reference. It's just tricky. So actually, the easier thing would have been to just keep it buried like that. Keep the post area buried, but the problem is it would probably trap water more. I don't want that. I'll just keep chipping away at it. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. That's what I'm up to. Yep, there you can see it. So I'm just trying to chip away at this, get to the edge of this Scotty mount, and that was a good cut. That was a really good cut. It's kind of fun messing with this stuff though. You like be creative, and it's easy to kind of mold. And it really dresses up whatever you put it on, you know. We're getting there. So now I found the edge of the mount. piece out. There we go. This should now be able to lay flat. There we go. Just kind of press it down and it kind of just molds around that edge. Ta-da! Okay. So we got that side kind of cut. Now we need to kind of, we gotta kind of actually lift this up a little bit. Now we got to try to straight cut. So now we got to try to straight cut that here so that it folds over and we get a similar look. Fingers crossed. In a second, trying to put this first person mount on here so you can see my hands. Let's see. Here goes nothing. You just gotta commit to it and just do it. Okay, so now I'm kind of just letting it fold down. So I didn't do it perfect because this edge, needs trimming here still because I overcut. But we might be able to make it just disappear a little bit. Not bad. I mean, it kind of looks similar. It doesn't look identical, but not bad. It'll work. I was surprised I was able to get that area there to somewhat match up, because that was kind of tricky. But What's up, Spaghetti Eddie? So that's kind of a look at it. You can kind of look at what this looks like up close, but it totally looks like wood. It looks like teak. I mean, that looks pretty good. I think that's how we're gonna leave it for now. I'll keep the spare stuff in case these here drive me nuts visually. If I don't like them, I'll end up filling them in somehow. But these are the two that I'm the least thrilled about in terms of how I cut them. But otherwise, it's looking pretty decent. And I haven't done this for like a year. So like, I'm not like some pro at doing this. Like, I'm the average everyday dude that just bought, you know, a kit or so. Like, that's the skill level. But the company did give me the kit. I did not pay for the kit. They sent me HydroTurf, Tiny Boat Nation did. But I'm like the everyday guy. Like, I'm not like this pro at putting turf kits on, is what I'm trying to say. Well, I think that's where I say that ain't going anywhere. Okay. Man, I'm just wondering about just redoing those. It just kind of looks silly that it's not following the edge perfect and that it's curved in. It's like, why is that? It just looks dumb. So I think I'm gonna probably peel those up. And then I'll lay on some more of that. Let's see, I wonder how much I'll need of that to do that. I'll be able to get by with that area. Yeah, that's plenty long. I think what I want to do is I'm gonna line it up with up here. Line it up and then I'll shave the edge. So I'm gonna stick this area down and I'm gonna cut this sheet on here this way. That way I get it basically shaped and in line with the original lines. And then what I'll do is actually peel this back here or so that it sticks. Where's my knife? Okay. I'm actually going to cut this. I'm going to cut this wide so there'll be some waste. Okay. This is gonna be pretty hard, probably. Oh. Yeah, not fun to peel off. Wow. Yeah, this stuff's on here good, which is a good thing. Okay, so I'm gonna peel this off, set that aside, and I'm gonna keep working at trying to get this off. I might have to go get my pressure washer and try to work the edges that way. It's gonna be probably the easier way. Let's see if I can reach yet. Oh, dang, I'm not gonna be able to reach yet either. Shoot. Okay. Flip this up. I mean, look how durable that stuff is. That it really isn't. Look at that. That's, I mean, I'm like an inch away from it. It's pretty dang durable. Whew. Oh. There we go. Now it's coming out. Whew. Oh man, it is tough to get off. That's how good the adhesive is on HydroTurf. If anyone wonders how good HydroTurf is, that's how good it is. I'm running a pressure washer up against it to try to even remotely loosen the edges, and it barely lets me. That's good. I would rather have it be hard to get off than easy. Like, of course, it can't all just nicely come off. Okay, well, I am going to do that on this side. I'm going to redo these side gunnels right here because I just didn't like how they looked. I didn't like the look of that one because it didn't follow the lines of the boat well. Not like, you know, these ones here. So I'm going to have them follow kind of the lines a little bit better. I think I'll still leave a gap there maybe. I could even round it, but I don't know that I want to butt it up against the other one and have too much wood. It would look weird. So I'm trying to more have them be accent pieces. And then we're gonna get it all ugly and get fish guts on it. So get it all nice and pretty so that we can make it ugly. That's the logic. Yeah. Well, shoot. I was going to be able to peel that up more in one piece, but nope. Oh, man. Well, this is good because in this video, you get to see how hard this shit is to get off once you actually put it on. I mean, it definitely sticks well. That HydroTurf is way better than the cheap Amazon crap that I put on my previous boat. That stuff didn't stay on very well. This stuff definitely stays on well. We're gonna get that pressure washer and see if that loosens it up a bit. Oh, so let's see like at what distance this damages. So this is like 3 inches, 2 inches. Okay, so 2 inches is when it starts damaging with a high pressure washer. But from here, this is like 6 or 7 inches distance and it doesn't damage it at all. So that's good. So I'm like an inch away, and then it is starting to like damage it. But I don't really feel like I helped myself other than making myself soaking wet. I don't think the pressure washer did anything. Now, once you get this off, that yellow adhesive, you can get off with like various adhesive removers. I've done it, but getting this material off is hard. Yeah, it just wants to keep breaking apart. But it's worth getting this off because it'll look so much better if I do it right and I have it follow the lines of the boat a little bit better. So it's definitely worth it. Wow. I bet all you're pretty much hearing from me is just heavy breathing from trying to get this damn stuff off. It is on there good, which makes me really happy because when I get a position where, you know, I have it where I want it, I know it's going to stay. Because if I'm having this much hard time getting it to come off, it's not going to be an issue when I'm using it. So that makes me feel really good. Any of you guys have this HydroTurf stuff on your boats? Or what brand have you used? I wonder about, I'm gonna try this adhesive spray. It's I'm gonna try this again, see if, I used it some yesterday, but I used it to take off old turf. I never used it to take off new turf. I'll let that just sit there a bit. Well, that definitely just made it slipperier. Oh. It's like the adhesive's kind of loosened, but it's harder to grip the material now. I'm not sure that really helped me a whole lot. Then again, maybe it did. I don't know. Definitely don't want to get in on my nice turf, the turf that I have up there. Well, I might just have to let that sit a bit and then try pressure washing it off again or something, because now it's so damn slippery I can't actually grip it. I don't really want to use tools on it, although I can maybe use a flat blade and maybe get under it. Might have to look and see what I got. My garage is a mess. We're in the process of moving some stuff to storage, so the garage is pretty messy. Let's see, not there. Which one? Oh, I threw them up in here, I think. Maybe something like that would work. I don't want to scrape it again. Like, I don't want to cut into my gel coat, but at the same time, I don't have all dang day. I mean, I do, but I don't want to spend my whole day doing this. I'd like to spend my day doing some fishing and if I get it down low enough, I think I can probably pressure wash the rest off. Huh. Actually, that might be the way to go. Try not to get it at an angle where it gouges my gel coat. Not that I really care, because I'm going to be keeping turf on this anyway. But still. Holy cows, there's like 40 people watching. I'm sorry that it's not more entertaining. It was a little more entertaining yesterday when I was doing the big stuff. Right now I'm actually redoing some of the stuff here, so. That is on there good. Holy moly. I don't think in all the turf kits I've done that I've had a turf that sticks on this well, which is excellent. I mean, that's exactly what you want, but because I can get this off, I'll get it off with a pressure washer and like adhesive remover, but it's super awesome that it sticks this well. Because I thought since I just did this part yesterday that it would still not be like set or something. I thought it would still be hard or easy to get off, but it is not. Figure I'll just get close with a pressure washer and it will bust up this foam and help me clean that up. Okay, let's just see if we can. Oh yeah, now it's coming off. All right, now I'll see if I can scrape some more off. Wow. That is a challenge. So yeah, once we get that cleaned up, then we can come up with a game plan, but I think we'll end up doing something there. So, although we don't have to too. I mean, if I cleaned up the adhesive, it would kind of look like that. I don't know. I feel like something needs to be there. The fact that any of this is sticking on there is amazing. It's like a testament to how awesome HydroTurf is. Because no one likes putting HydroTurf or like an EVA decking on. No one wants to put an EVA decking on and have it peel up. And this shit is definitely not gonna peel up. Like, pardon my language, but it is on there good. Wow. Does anyone else have a solo skiff? Anyone else that's watching? There's like 56 people. Do any of you guys have solo skiffs? I mean, because that's what this is. This is a solo skiff that's fiberglass. That's all, you know, now they're made out of plastic. But I was curious if anyone else has one. All right, I think what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna spray a little bit of that adhesive remover on here. Yesterday, one of the guys told me that window cleaner works really well for adhesive. You never said which kind of window cleaner, but still. So I'll let that sit. It like kind of makes that adhesive kind of gummy like, and then it usually sprays off pretty easy. But whew, all that just because I'm super picky and I didn't like where the EVA turf was. All that extra work. But that's how it goes. But hopefully I didn't do it for nothing. Hopefully it ends up looking good. The question is, does it fish good? So yeah, this is the mount I have. See that ring? That's a magnetic ring, and then my phone just clicks onto it. So like pretty cool. And that's how I get the first person viewpoint. Oh, by the way, if any of you guys for Christmas are looking at getting a cooler, these guys did sponsor me with this, but man, this is so much cooler than a Yeti. No pun intended. It's like a foam cooler with like a Line-X material or something. They call it Rigorite, I think, which it basically looks like a Line-X material. It's super durable, but the benefit of this is when you throw it in the water, it floats upright. No matter how I tip it and move it around when it has stuff in it, it still floats upright. So I could literally just tow that with my kayak or a boat. I can throw it in the water and like, it's pretty awesome. Plus it's like half the weight of a comparable Yeti. So the cooler itself is half the weight. And the like latches are pretty awesome too. So the hinges, you can pop, here I got, there you go. That's what I was trying to do. So you can pop the hatch and flip it the other way, the lid. So the lid can go both ways. So you got like party mode, and then you got like seat mode. So pretty cool. I keep using puns, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. That really wasn't intentional. I'm just a redneck and I have a lack of vocabulary. So, professional window cleaner. We use under Easy Glide, but for adhesive on glass, we'd use a Triumph 5 razor blade. Oh, okay. That's good to know. Yeah, when they put in our windows, so they ended up putting these in, they got a whole bunch of that spray foam on there. It was crazy. Like, it was so hard to get off, it sucked. I will say this stuff is coming off easier. Oh, everything's coming off, even the... So even the yellow, like, adhesive part's coming off. It's working. All that yellow is adhesive. Because it wasn't coming off this easy earlier. Whew. I'm getting really hungry. I think I'm probably gonna have to go eat something here pretty soon. I might, once I finish up getting the adhesive off here, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna drain all the water off the deck by just simply lifting the bow and it will run out the back. And then I'm going to put the rest of the turf on. And then you'll see some videos of me probably tomorrow or so. Yeah, I'm still using Goof Off. Yeah, I mean, it's right there. It's the same can. I mean, I didn't go buy more. But yeah, it's the same can. And that does seem to be working. I just sprayed it on and it definitely is lifting that off. Earlier I had my pressure washer right up against it and it wasn't coming off. So I mean, it does lift it, but yeah, I mean, maybe there's other better stuff. But yeah, it seems to work pretty well. I was kind of shocked. It's just right at Ace Hardware. I picked it up. So I'm not sponsored. But yeah, it seems to be working well. It's like lifting it off. It's making it all like gummy gooey. I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'm gonna finish this out hopefully today, and then next week here, well, which is literally like tomorrow, I am going to be taking this out. I'll do some videos on the Autoboat Smart Head. We'll like run through all the features, test them out, see how they're working, even though I've already done that, but I'll do it for video for you guys. And we'll do maybe some a little bit of fishing. Lately I've been fishing for sharks just because it's fun for me. I like catching sharks. Some people don't, I just do. And then if there's any like redfish or snook or anything in the area, I'll try to pitch to them as well. But I just have fun doing that. I don't know. Also, I like eating shark. I know that's maybe not everyone's favorite, but I like eating shark steaks every once in a while. So yeah, gonna get this out here probably maybe Tuesday, I think. Probably Tuesday we'll get this thing out. And then I'll probably take that floating raft along that I have that you saw, and we might put a tent on it and like make a little campsite out in the like Gulf Matlacha Pass area. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of different areas I can go to that have like islands and like little barrier islands. And so I'll probably go out there, set that up, and use that as my home base. I can probably have my like Blue Eddy power station there. I can have like a cook station, and hopefully I catch something cool to eat. I don't know. I don't have a plan. I'm just gonna go out there, have fun, and share the adventure with you. That's what my buddies used to do that I watched. You know, when I got into YouTube, I was watching 30 Miles Out. I was watching Marty Zoffinger. I was watching Rex Del Rey. Those were the guys I was watching. And those are the guys whose videos I appreciated. And you know what? They just kind of didn't make it seem like a video was all planned. They just went out and had an adventure. And that's kind of what I plan to do with you guys, is maybe just go out and have an adventure and don't have a plan, and maybe whatever the coolest thing that happens that day, that's what the video is about. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. 65 of you, awesome. Thank you, appreciate you. You guys supporting my channel, it's been amazing. So I'm gonna sign out, and yeah, let me know if there's anything that you're looking for from the channel, anything that you want, anything you want me to film, things like that. I'll do my best. Signing out.